PlayerUnknown's Battleground finally came out in preview mode for Xbox One.
Yeah. And it's a mess.
Yeah, it's really it's kind of an embarrassing, just a pile of, like, okay, so that game it has its charm. It's a janky game.
That is part of its charm, yeah.
It's part of its charm,
I will say.
and it's one thing to be like, oh, like you got to get a PC that's able to run this game. I kind of get that. It's made by a small team. The fact that this is one of the best things that Microsoft has going for it this year, this was like the biggest PC game of 2017, hands down.
Hands down, yeah, 20 million copies sold.
I don't understand how Microsoft was like, this'll do.
I want to get some stuff out of the way real quick before we rant a little bit. PUBG is awesome, and it's really unique, and it's really fun. And the level of sort of like terror and freedom I felt playing this game, not knowing what would happen next, getting literally airdropped into this giant weird map and having to fend for myself and survive as the world shrinks and you and 99 other people have to kill each other until one of you is left, is brilliant. It's a really cool concept, it's really smart, and on PC it's probably way better executed. In fact, I know it is because people are playing it, and it's shipped in a, workable fashion. It's got problems, it's rough around the edges, it feels janky as hell sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But on Xbox One, here's where the conversation changes a little bit. This game is glitchy on Xbox One. There's massive frame rate drops. There are issues where there's clipping and you'll fall through geometry and through walls and floors. Obviously, your story may vary. When you play this game, this might go smooth for you, it might not.
No, I mean, it's a game it's a kind of a roll of the dice left or right, and that's really even more so in this case because you don't know if you're going to just suddenly not be in the game.
And so like I want to raise the conversation a little bit here, and I don't want to use this as an opportunity to sort of poop on Microsoft because I don't think they're necessarily to blame, and I don't want to poop on PUBG and the people making that game. I just want to talk about what a game in preview form means. Historically, we cover previews here at IGN. We preview games before they're out. Lately, between early access and sort of EA services and a bunch of other, gamers themselves have gotten the opportunity to do what the industry has been doing for a very long time, which is check things out before they are ready for public consumption, right? And I think that's the key point there. For decades, gamers had demos. You had demo discs. You had CD-ROMs that came in the mail with like PlayStation Magazine and all these other things. You would hop on to Xbox Live, which is one of the first things I did when I got my 360, and I downloaded a bunch of demos for games like Fight Night and Burnout, and they were awesome, right? The main difference there were they were A, vertical slices of the game, and B, free. Now, PUBG on Xbox is $30, which is effectively the price of a retail game, or most retail games. Many retail games are $50, $60, right? You can buy a lot of stuff on Steam. I know Minecraft's like $20. You can buy a lot of full-fledged games for this price. Games on 3DS are generally $30 to $40. The problem with this game is that Microsoft promised it would be out by the end of this year, and it is, so they did deliver on that. But the game is not in good shape on Xbox One. And the problem with that is that it is their flagship game for the fall, I'd argue, right? Outside of Forza, which is a big exclusive for them, PUBG, which is not exclusive but is a timed exclusive on consoles, will be coming to other places later, is not in a good state right now. And that's okay if you want to launch a game early and put it out there for people to play and consume so they can play test it, report back to the devs and say there's tons of bugs here. Awesome, good. I think that's incredible.
Put out a beta.
Yeah, put out a beta. Put out a demo.
That's literally what that's for. I think we've gotten this weird thing where like open betas and like public beta tests of games, it's like it's a sneak preview. It's a demo of Destiny or Call of Duty, and frequently those are like they use that I think more for balancing. They stress test servers, but for the most part those feel like pretty much finished experiences for the most part. In this case, like the fact that they're like, here, $30, this had typos in it.
Yeah.
I don't know how this had typos. Like you would pull up the keyboard control like layout thing, and it would say instead of like changing. I don't even know if it was trying to say changing or charging, but it said like chadging, and I was like, really? Like seriously, you didn't have somebody look it over? Like maybe it just isn't ready. And I get that Microsoft's got to get something out there before everyone opens up their brand new Xbox One X's on Christmas morning, or cashes in Xbox Live gift cards, and this is a huge game. And
this is a huge game. It sold 20 million copies on PC.
I think they're going to fix it. I think they're going to hit that mark, but I feel like it's still kind of half baked. They took it out of the oven too soon.
Yes, I totally agree. And the issue with this is that it says preview in small text. And yes, if you track these things like we do, like everyone on IGN does, like people on YouTube do, like really hardcore gamers pay attention to this stuff, great, you're in the know, you know PUBG's kind of janky, you know what the word preview means, especially on Xbox. But for the average player, the misinformed consumer, or the uninformed consumer, they're coming in going like, I've seen streams of this game, I've heard about this game, this was on the Game Awards as a Game of the Year nominee, was IGN's Game of the Year nominee on
like
PC.
A super big budget live action trailer for it.
Yeah.
Like maybe take some of that money and put it into like a little bit of QA testing.
And so the average consumer is going to turn on their brand new Xbox One X, which admittedly it does run better on than it does on the base or the S.
The gameplay we're showing right here is on Xbox One X.
Yeah.
Playing on Xbox One, like I've got a 1S and it looks embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's like it is like I still had a really good time screwing around in it, but I don't know, I'd like randomly get kicked or I'd die and I would do this thing that was like this weird opposite of a victory pose where my body would flip upside down and my shoe would stick out of the floor.
Yeah.
And I would just be hanging in like gray space.
And so this is what I'm worried about, right? Like big picture, the industry in general. What is a finished game and when do you sell it? That conversation has changed dramatically over the last few years. We've seen that go from being like, this is a boxed retail game, it's done forever, to this is a game that sort of launches and then grows over time. And we talk about games as a service all the time now. When you buy a game, when you bought Minecraft at launch versus the Minecraft you buy now, where they just added like parrots, like, it's crazy. These games grow and change and evolve over time. But this one specifically was not ready for the spotlight on Xbox One, and I don't think that they should be selling it for $30. I think it's like disingenuous, I think it sets a bad precedent, and I think it's like kind of garbage. Like it's really not fair to the average player who buys an Xbox One, wants to play PUBG, drops $30, and they end up with this like kind of janky mess. And I know, again, PUBG's jankiness is part of its appeal. This is like too far in that direction. Like it's like watching a movie on an Apple Watch or something.
That said, I'm really happy it's out for consoles finally. I literally held off on playing it until I could be like, I'm doing this in my own home. I don't know. It's one of those things like I just want it to be like a sense of sort of ownership. It's such a fun game.
It really is. It really is. It's really clever. It's
Yeah.
really cool. Every single time you play it, it's different. But I think that inconsistency is good. The inconsistency of being able to so I got killed by a car that came out of nowhere that was silent. I was reading stories. I tweeted
Is
this.
it like a Prius?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're like stealth cars under 15 miles
Teslas
an hour.
are actually can go 0 to 60 in like
That's
2
terrifying.
seconds. They don't hear. You don't hear.
Stealth cars
Really
out
cool
to
cars.
kill.
But I got people tweeted at me talking about how they went to fire bullets out of their gun and it just didn't happen. And it's like,
Did they load the gun?
yeah, they did. Like it just didn't happen.
All right.
Like there's glitches. There's glitches all over the place. If this is happening to you, let us know in the comments. This is an issue. I hope to see that this gets rectified. This game will get better. It will
Get
grow
wrecked.
to 5.
Yeah.
But generally, I do not want to see the industry head to a place where we are selling half-finished games for $30 on consoles.
Oh, yeah.
PC, Wild West. Do whatever you guys want over there. You bring this crap over to consoles, them's fighting words.
All right. Well, you know what they say, glitches get stitches, and stitches are what you use to put on the patches, which fix the games.
Ooh, baby. PUBG is not in great condition right now on Xbox, but janky games can be fun. Here's a time we played a Monster Truck video game. Here's another time we played a game called Guts and Glory. There's the Monster Truck right there. It's a ghost. I would have gone with Gravedigger because he's kind of ghostly, but sure, we can go with that one. I don't even know what that said. Carl's Motors car? Anyway, thanks for watching. It's back. It's backing up. That's illegal in Monster Trucks. Minus 10 points. You lose trucking for the day, and you don't get to crush any more cars. You have to go directly to bed without crushing cars. Sucks.